and welcome back to another Code Hooks kickoff stream. My name is Jess, and today we have the Starknet team with us to go through the recent competition that has launched onto the Code Hooks platform. So the competition has just launched this second, and it has a prize pool of $80,000 US. This is going to be staking part 2, and within this stream, we're going to have the developers and the team over at Starkware talk us through this code base and get us all involved in this repo. The competition is live for 3 weeks, so we've got 21 days to dig into this and see what we can find. Let's welcome to the stage the Starkware team, bringing you both on now. Please introduce yourselves. Tell us a little bit about what you're building and what you've been working on at Starkware.
Hi, my name is Natan. I'm the PM working on staking. I was leading the product side of staking V1 and now staking V2, and continuing working on staking and Bitcoin stuff.
And I'm Nir, or Niro you can call me, and I'm a software engineer and one of the developers in the staking team. And I, like Nathan, I was part of V1, V2, and maybe V3 or V4. I don't know how many we will have.
Amazing. Thank you very much for those intros. We can get straight into this. Please tell us more about the audit that's literally just started, the repo, and where auditors should be getting involved.
Okay, so I'll start, and then Nero would go into more details. So the main thing I wanted to point out is this is very, very important and in the core of Starknet network. So we are dealing with staking V2, the staking protocol of Starknet that is going to be a POS, fully decentralized network. We are implementing it in incremental steps. So transitioning from being an L to a ZK rollup that is centralized, but proves every transaction to being a fully decentralized network with validators, provers, and sequencers. So this transition takes time, and we're doing it in, like I said, incremental steps. And this is one of the key steps in the way. It's the first time, basically, we are demanding from validators to attest to blocks, so proving their liveness. And in the future, we're planning to give them more and more responsibilities over the network. So currently, they're just going to attest to blocks. Later, they're going to validate them and re-execute them. And lastly, they're going to sequence and prove them themselves. So this gradual increasement of responsibilities and conditioning the rewards during this maintenance of the network is our goal. This specific version, like I said, introduces the block attestations and the sense of epochs. Both of them are core and very important aspects of the Starknet infrastructure in later stages. So that's one key focus you should tune into. It calls for numerous changes, added contracts, added APIs, etc. And on the other end, there's a change in functionality that introduced validators a commission increase. So up until now, validators were only able to decrease their commission. Now we developed a protocol that, on the one hand, enables more economical flexibility for the validator. They can increase their commission, but we also introduced a safeguard for delegators that just, forward their Starks, their staked position to a validator to run the program for them. So now they know they can trust them because they have a maximal commission commitment. So basically, validators can now say, hey, I have this maximal commitment of 10%. I would not change it in the next year. And now you can, as a delegator, trust them to not exceed this number, but it allows for flexibility and some, I would say, visibility for delegators. So these are the two main changes, the attestation and all that it encompasses, and on the functionality side, the added commission. Yeah, so I think you would go into a bit more detail if you can either share the repo or just describe what's the different folders, etc.
Yeah, so I can talk or share screen maybe, what is better. I will start with the contracts that didn't change, like we have the minting curve that Nathan talked about him, I guess, in the previous version, and but it didn't change in this version. So I think you can take a look about on other contracts. We have also the reward supplier. The one is responsibility to bring the rewards from L1, and L1 didn't change, but the reward supplier changed. That is calculating his rewards now based on epochs and not on the time. Again, the minting curve and the yearly mint is the same, but the calculation is a bit different. So it's a little difference in the reward supplier. Nathan, do you want to say something?
Yeah, so I can't see your screen. Maybe, are you sharing it? There's present here. I think that's the right button.
Yeah. Present. Wait. Share. Okay. Now we see the screen.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. If you could do a Command plus as well and just zoom in a little bit, that'd be great.
Yeah. Like this.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the repo, and we will work on the last commit here. And we'll go here, the app staking, and L1 again. We say that we don't have changes here, but in the contracts in L2 we do have some. I talked about the reward supplier when I thought that you see my screen. So the reward supplier, the biggest change here is that we calculate the rewards based on epochs and not on time that passed, but the yearly mint that is given from the minting curve is the same. So the change is like that we calculate it based on epochs, and this is, I think, the biggest change here in the reward supplier. And so yeah, and we have a whole new contract here, that station 1 that Nathan talked about. That this is the biggest change in the V2, and we have a function that we attest. Like every epoch, we have an opportunity to get rewards on successful attestation, and some view functions that give relevant data to users of the contracts, like what is the size of the attestation window, and when the validator last attestation done, and stuff like that. So here is a new contract, a new code, and there is no changes. It's just a new deployment. So again, the minting curve, we have no changes, and in stake and pool we have I don't know to say many changes, but we have some changes. Let's take a look about staking. I think maybe the biggest changes in staking and in pool that the balance of the validators and the delegators they're effectively right when I change my balance, like in epoch I. So the balance changed effectively in epoch I +1, and then in V1 when we changed our amount, it was changed effectively immediately. And here you can see we have a new storage nodes, like a struct that is a vector of checkpoints that we save our all the change of balances. Like if I changed in epoch 7 with a balance of 100, and then I increased my balance in epoch 10 with a balance of 200, so it will be right here, like if I did it in 7, so it will be 8 with 100 and 11 with 200. So here is also a new implementation. Also, a point to look at is all the migration between the previous version and the current version. So you can take a look at here in staking. We have a function that called staker migration. So this is also a new functionality that we take a staker from last version and we migrate the data to a new staker with data that we need now. Also initialize the trace that we talked about, and a new function here is the function that update the rewards after we had a successful attestation. So here is a new functionality. Is just to remind you, if you know staking v1, so we had like update rewards. Every function that we have, we updated the rewards like based on time that passed, and now we just get it after we call a test, the attestation contract, call the staking contract and tell him that he can he updates the unclaimed rewards of the staker and the pool and tells the reward supplier that he has to give more rewards to the staking. So this is about the staking, and in the pool we have again another trace, but for the member. So here are the same issues as in the staking, but here the migration is not going to be lazy. Like the pool member will stay with his old version until he will do something. And so I will take a look also on this. And I think the biggest change in all our contracts is here in how pool members claim the rewards. Like if you remember in V1, it was updating again every time that a member called some function, the rewards were updated, and now we are just keeping again the trace of the balances, and when he decides to claim his rewards, we are calculating all his rewards, like we're iterating over the change of the balances, and here in calculate rewards, we show you this one too. So we are calculating here the rewards, and I think here is the most complicated code in all our contracts, like find sigma and calculate rewards and claim rewards. It's all it is the biggest change we've done here. That's it, I think. And we have the set commitment, like Nathan said in the staking. I forgot about it. That is, it's a new feature that we call it set commission commitment, and it's what I don't think that I have something to add here more than what Nathan told before. I think that's it from my side. Nathan, do you think that I missed something?
No, so I don't think you missed something. I want to emphasize a few things. So when you look at the contracts, as far as I see, and Neil, you had your vision on it, the more sensitive or complicated or multi-case areas are the migration itself. There is a lazy migration for pool members. This is key and a very, very sensitive area. I think everybody should look at. The second thing is the pool contract rewards calculation as a pool member is also quite hefty. Like it's a bit more complicated than you would expect. So I would look at this, and that's on my end. Anything that pops up to your end that you think is a bit more tricky or more complicated?
I don't have something. I think that I said what do I see as a complicated and tricky, but take a look at all of the changes, I think.
And I learned that if there's a lot of ifs, that's an issue. That I learned from very, very like much smarter people than me. So if there's too many ifs in a sequence, be suspicious.
Yeah. So any questions, maybe?
Yeah, it looks like we don't have any questions in the live chat at the moment, but if anybody does have any questions as they're watching through this stream, please head over to the Cyfrin Discord, which is linked in the description for the stream. There is a channel open specifically for this competition where you can go and ask questions for the Starkware team to answer and help you dig into the code base and see what you can find. I think there's been real value in this stream, going through the changes that have been made and some specific key points to look a little bit closer at. So hopefully this has been really helpful. Any final points, Nathan, Naira, before we close off the stream?
Nathan, maybe we missed the talk about the epochs, but I don't know if we wanted to show maybe the file, or I skipped the file, but I don't think it's a big issue, but we can take a look at it.
I agree. It's a big change. Just get a look at the epoch structure and how it's conveyed and how it's being counted, like how epochs progress. And everything is dependent on epochs, so epochs is a big thing. No, from my end, I don't think there's anything to add. And like you said, they can reach our team, and they have the commit, and that's it. Good luck.
Fab. Well, thank you.
I would be happy to share the $80,000 with you finding bugs. I would truly, that's a net positive. If there is 80,000 worth of bugs there, we'd pretty love to share them. So that's on you.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you both for your time today. That has been very, very helpful. But good luck to everybody entering this competition. As we said, there's 3 weeks to really dig your teeth into this repo and see what you can find. Submissions are open now, so go over to the CodeHawks website and get started. If you have any questions, head over to the Cyfrin Discord linked in today's description. But that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, and we will be back with you soon.